So before we talk about assembly modeling in SolidWorks, let's talk about the two popular approaches of assembling. And these two approaches are top-down and bottom-up. Now let's start with the bottom-up approach. Now this is the most popular kind of assembly modeling method, and it is ideal for assemblies where off-the-shelf parts or parts with standard sizes are already available. So if you have a machine which is in production for quite some time and all its parts are already available and there is no need to tweak its properties or its sizes or configurations, then you can use this bottom-up approach to simply assemble the components. Now it is also recommended and also used for smaller assemblies. And if you want to edit the components, in this case, you can go to the actual part, edit the component, and you can then regenerate it directly in the assembly. Now, when it comes to the top-down approach, it is slightly different. In this case, we start with one component and then we use that component to make another one, and again that assembly to make another component, and so on. So in this method, we actually use the existing components to make the next set of components. And as you can guess, in this case, we usually use new parts. So if you are making a machine for R&D, then probably this is the method which you'll use, the top-down method, where we don't have existing parts or off-the-shelf or standard parts, and we're starting from scratch. In this case, you may need to take reference of existing parts to make the new one, and for that, you can use this top-down method. Now this method is usually good for larger assemblies. So even if you have a really large assembly, you can use the existing components or existing sub-assemblies and use its reference to make other parts. Now in this case, if you want to edit the component, you can directly edit it inside the assembly, or you can also edit the component separately. And then when you save it and regenerate it, it will automatically update in the assembly itself. Now, with that being said, which method is best? Well, actually none. None of these methods are best or used universally. So a combination of these methods are used. You may end up finding that we use bottom-up approach to make smaller assemblies, and then we may end up using top-down approach to assemble all those sub-assemblies together. So it just depends on the type of assembly which you are making, but usually a combination of these two methods are used. Now throughout this course, I will use the bottom-up assembly method primarily, but I'll also show you how to use the top-down method for creating assemblies.